about it, kick some heat.
Hello everybody. I wanted to do another tier list because I was looking through my channel and I realized that I haven't done like a regular ship fanfiction trope tier list. Like I've done all kinds of like dead dove, pro ship, smutty fanfic phrases and whatnot, etc., but I haven't done like a regular ship and fanfic tropes tier list, right? And this one's 170 plus, so it's quite a hefty lift. What? It's quite a hefty list. Boom, there you go, English. And I've done these kinds of tier lists before, especially I do them with like my best friend. However, I feel like my opinions change depending on, I don't know, throughout life. I feel like my opinions change, which is normal. So let's see how it feels. And looking through these, I feel like some of these are different. I haven't seen some of these before on these lists. Well, because I haven't done a list, I don't think that was like this big with like 170 plus. At least I don't remember. But we're gonna get started. So at the very top we have I'm Ascending. Like something that is super god tier. Just like you need it. It's amazing. It's like you cannot live without it. Like you read this trope over and over and over and over and over, stuff like that. And then right under is my bread and butter, which is basically, you know, tropes that are also, it's like basically the same feeling as Ascending, but just lessened by a little bit, just a little less, you know? Like you would rather not live without it, but you can if need be. That's how I would describe it. See, like I'm Ascending, you really can't, like you cannot go without it. But my bread and butter, it's like you would prefer not to go without it, but if need be, like if a gun was pointed at your head, you know you can give it up. And then we have the two middle tiers. So these two are the two top tiers, these two are the two middle tiers. The third one down is Down the Clown, where it's just like something where it's like it's not your tippity top, but you do enjoy it, and you're like, it's not something you might read or see all the time, but you're down the clown. Like, you know, every couple fics or whatnot, you're like, I can really get into this. And then the second middle tier is depends on the execution and or pairing, where it's not something you go for. It's usually something you're not reaching for, you're not looking for it. However, if you do see it and it's in conjunction with your favorite pair, or if it's executed really well, you're like, all right, I can let it slide. And now that leads us to the two bottom tiers. We have first runner up, not a fan. It's just something you're just like, not really a fan of it. I'm not really looking to see this. I'm not, even with the execution, it's not really doing anything for me. Like I would rather not. That's just what this tier is about. And then the last tier, the most bottom tier, is wrap it up delicious, you look a mess. Like, ugh, wrap it up, you look a mess. We don't need you. Something that you really cannot stand, something you really can't. It's not anything for you. That's what this bottom tier is about. So let's get right into it. First up we have hero redeems the villain. Now, this automatically, it's either giving middle tier to bottom tier, because it's not something I really care for, to be quite real with you. I feel like if you're a villain for a reason. If the villain is done, because, you know, I know there are some villains where it's kind of like a morally gray rather than just like a straight up villain. So it really depends on what you consider a villain. But for me, a villain is someone who is usually irredeemable. You know? And I know, especially if the character is written well, that hopefully they would be dynamic, because, you know, people are dynamic. And everyone has their flaws and their strengths and weaknesses and whatnot. However, if I were to consider someone a villain, I usually consider them irredeemable. I'm not gonna lie. I guess it really depends on who and what they did. But to me, if I'm considering someone a villain, not just like some morally gray antagonist, I guess. I don't know. I don't think they could be redeemed. But I don't know. I just not really. Yeah, wrap it up. I feel like you look a mess. Like, what are you doing? Streamer slash YouTuber AU. I don't think I. Wait, I'm lying. I actually have read a story. I was gonna say I haven't read anything like this, but I have. I actually have. And it wasn't like a huge part of the story. Like it was a main part. Well, not main. It wasn't like necessarily a small part of the story, but it wasn't the main point, if that makes sense. But it was fine. I liked it. It was interesting. So I feel like I'm down to clown. I feel like I'm definitely down to clown. Ooh, unresolved sexual tension is crazy nasty work. Oh, absolutely not. We can't have that. I don't think I'm a fan. Cause what do you mean? Anything like unrequited, like say like unresolved sexual tension or unrequited love and stuff like that. I don't mind it. Well, I don't mind unrequited if it doesn't stay that way. But I guess that's not true unrequited love then. I guess that's more of like a slow burn. But yeah, those things are not for me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna hold you. Royalty AU. I love a royalty AU. I love a royalty AU. Now, my dilemma is whether to put it in bread and butter or I'm ascending. Because how I'm feeling is ascending, but at the same time, yeah, actually, yeah. Wait, hold on. Yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah. Ugh, coworkers. You actually know what? Coworkers, I feel like coworkers is better than boss ex-employee, because I know that's like a thing people really enjoy, having like the boss ex-employee, which I do see the appeal. I do see the appeal at times. It's not my absolute favorite. I do think I like coworkers better than boss ex-employee, but coworkers doesn't really, like, it's fine, but it's not. I think I'm more so, yeah, it depends on execution and or pairing. It's not like something I'm reaching for, not even like every once in a while. I'm not really like, it's not anything I'm looking for. Sex pollen. I've actually read one story that was like this, and I didn't hate it. It wasn't my favorite. I think it also depends on the execution and or pairing. I wouldn't say, now a few years ago, I definitely remember putting this lower, but now that I've read that one story, I feel like the execution was fine, so I would just, yeah, I guess it just depends on what and who and how. Childhood friends slash enemies to lovers. So like, wait, hold on. Wait, no. Childhood friends to enemies to lovers. So they were, I don't think I've ever read something like this, where they were childhood friends and they became enemies and then they turned into lovers. Wait, that sounds messy. Wait a minute. That kind of sounds messy. I kind of like that. That sounds fun. That sounds like that could be fun, I'm not gonna lie. Because it sounds like I feel like I've seen something like this in visual media, but I don't think I've read anything. Wait, no, I'm lying. Literally Wangshin. Like, what? Like, they were, okay, well, actually, no, okay. No, because they weren't really childhood friends. Like, they were, but not really, because, yeah, no, actually. I don't think they would have considered each other friends due to miscommunicate. It doesn't matter, actually. So, yeah, I think my point still stands. I don't think I've really ever read something that was childhood friends to enemies to lovers. But it sounds messy and it sounds interesting. So for now, I'm going to say down to clown, because I would be down to clown. I haven't read anything, so I can't really tell you how I feel, but I feel like it sounds interesting and I can get down with that. Villain x villain. Although I don't read a lot of stuff like this, because if there's a villain, I probably, and they're like an actual villain, not some like lovable little, morally great, and they're like actually horrible, I don't think I would like them, so I probably wouldn't read anything regarding them. But in theory, I feel like this could be a good trope because in theory, yeah, I feel like this could be a good trope because they deserve each other. If they're both villains, I feel like they do deserve each other. But still, not a fan. Like, you know, ooh, almost kiss slash an interrupted kiss. Um, 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 like that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's not something I really care for. Like, mm, I don't really, I don't know. I don't really have that much of an opinion, to be honest. So I guess it depends on the execution, because I'm not a fan. It's just I don't really have an opinion. But I feel like it just really depends on, yeah, the pairing and execution, but especially the pairing. Against the wall sex, I mean, period. I'm down to clown. I guess. Yeah, I'm down to clown. I'm down to clown. Ooh, truth or dare. Ooh, I do like a little truth. I'm down to clown with truth or dare. I am down to clown with truth or dare. Like, truth or dare is fun. It adds some spice. Same with like, Never Have I Ever, 7 Minutes in Heaven, Spin the Bottle, stuff like that. And stories can be fun, especially when you combine it with like a college AU or something like that. That's always fun. Extreme slow burn. Like they have to specify that it's extreme. Absolutely not. I can barely tolerate a regular slow burn. Why would I want an extreme slow burn? Like why would I look for this on purpose? Like absolutely not. Absolutely not. You got me fucked up. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Like a regular slow burn, I can barely tolerate that. I can barely tolerate that. No. Monster and human sex. Now, what kind of monster? What kind of monster exactly? Because I feel like technically vampires and werewolves and demons and stuff, I feel like I would consider those monsters, but I feel like when people think of like monster fuckers and shit, they're not thinking of those kinds of monsters. They're thinking of like the like I don't even know a point of reference, but like fucking Sasquatch, like like I don't know, like I don't know. So if that's the case, then I'm not really into that, but if I can consider or include monsters like vampires and werewolves, because I feel like people usually separate those, but I think they're also monsters. But I think when people specify like monster, inhuman, maybe even alien, they're like thinking of a whole different category of monsters. So I'm probably gonna put not a fan. Domestic. Oh, I'm ascending. I'm ascending. I love that shit. I really do. I really do. Nerd X Jock. I feel like I don't read a lot of stories like that. I think it's fine. I think as long as it's not bullying. I'm not the biggest fan of like a bullying AU. I think that's so like yucky. Like I feel like yeah, no, I don't like that. But Nerd X Jock, regular Nerd X Jock, I feel like I'm down to clown. Hot Tub Kiss, I don't see I don't know. I feel like okay, for me personally, I'm not big on kissing. Like I personally find kissing kind of gross. I know that sounds so like childish, but like as a demisexual person, just any kind of intimacy kind of gives me the ick, but especially kissing. I feel like kissing is gross. So kissing doesn't really do anything for me that much. So all these like kissing prompts, I'm just not. I kind of am like neutral, no opinion on, because I don't know. I like a hot tub kiss. I don't know why specifically that's like a thing, but I mean, period. If you like it, I love it. Me personally, I don't really care. So I guess I could say not a fan, or I don't know, or maybe it depends on the execution. I guess I'm gonna put all these kissing ones that I see right now. This one too. Depends on it, because like I don't know, I don't really care about kissing. Well, okay, hand kiss. Okay, wait, wait a minute. Okay, now, wait. Now we're getting a little. Anyways, I'm getting up ahead of myself. Let me calm down. Oh, I absolutely hate amnesia. I hate it genuinely. I feel like I have read stories like this though, but I still hate them. Like I actively avoid this tag, like amnesia or what else was it? I don't remember what I was gonna say. But yeah, amnesia, I actively avoid this tag. Like, no, unless I accidentally fucking read it and I don't see a tag or something, I'm not reading anything amnesia related. Like, I don't know, I feel like that it makes me so depressed. Like, shit like this makes me so, like, melancholic. Like, it makes me feel so empty inside. It's like, oh, this is horrible. Yeah, unrequited love. Not really a fan. Not really a fan. I'm not. Oblivious, ex oblivious. That's, I don't hate it, but it can be annoying, especially if it's in conjunction with the story being a slow burn and they're both oblivious and there's like a lot of miscommunications. It can get annoying. It can get annoying. I'm very much so like, get to the point. Of course, like, don't do it too fast, I feel like. Or you can. Fuck it. It depends on the execution though. But like, I really hate when things are dragged out so, like, unnecessarily so. Like, when it gets to the point that you're just making random scenarios up that just, it's like, alright guys, it gets to a point. Oblivious ex oblivious. Oh, it's so irritating. I guess it depends on execution. Yeah, I guess. I hate everyone but you. I don't hate this, but I don't go looking either. I don't know, not really a fan. It's not. Well, am I lying? I might be lying. Am I lying? Let me think. Like, let me think back. I feel like, because I've read Scum Villain. And in Scum Villain, Luo Binghe is kind of like that. He's kind of giving this energy. I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't love overly clingy people. I'm just like, dude, go get some friends. Like, go outside. Get away from me. You don't need to be with me all the time. So I think that's why this one is like particularly, it can be a little annoying for me. Oh, Idiots in Love. My bread and butter. I love that. I really do. Lovers to Enemies. I still have not read anything like this, so I can't really say. I don't think I would love it because, especially if I'm reading a fan fiction about a certain ship that I really love, I wouldn't want this to happen. So I don't think I would like that at all, to be honest with you. Soulmates. I think it depends on the execution. And I say this because I feel like a lot of like soulmates AUs that are like specifically focused on like the soulmate aspect, like the red string of fate, or like the soulmate aura, or I've seen different variations, like seeing it in your eye, like different variations of like soulmate where it's like an actual physical tangible thing. And it's like the sole point of the story. That's not my favorite, to be honest. I don't know, I don't like that. But if it's like soulmates because you feel like you met your person, but I don't think that's what they're referring to, so that's why I would think it just depends on the execution. Villain ex loyal servant. Ooh, I get the appeal. I do get the appeal, but this just feels so like unfortunate. Yeah, I'm gonna say not a fan. Sad ending. Ooh, I've read a couple of sad ending stories, I'm not gonna lie, but they have destroyed me. That's the thing, they have destroyed me for like a couple days after reading it. So I would say wrap it up, because sometimes I do crave to be in pain. and read these painful stories, but it's never because I go looking for it. I just happen to read a story and it has like a sad ending. I'm like, oh, that's like, it's like the same as when they put major character death and I click it anyways. But I usually avoid that, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I usually avoid major character death tags. So yeah. Miscommunication. Oh god, miscommunication does piss me off. I'm not gonna lie, it does piss me off. It happens often, it's a very common trope, and I don't go looking for it. I mean, if it happens, it happens. It really does depend on the execution, but I'm not gonna put it in that category because it does get on my nerves. It does. So yeah, it's gonna stay a not a fan. Frottage. Oh, I think I know what that means. Wait, let me be sure. Hold on. Because I feel like I know what that means. Wait, what? Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, I knew that's what it meant. Okay, type shit. Okay, that's what I figured it meant. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm down to clown, I guess. I mean, it's fine. It's nothing like crazy. Ghost X Human. I don't know about that. I have actually read a story like this though. Once. It was like a Veman story way back in the day. I think it was on Wattpad. It was interesting. But like a go I don't really, this doesn't really do it for me, I'm not gonna lie. One singing to the other, so you're just like serenading them. That's cute. That, I guess it depends on the execution though, I'm not gonna lie. Snotty rich kid x snottier rich kid. Ooh, I don't think I've read that. Yeah, I don't think I've read anything like that. You know what this reminds me though of? It kind of gives CLX Aloys. I've actually never read that ship when I was younger, but just thinking about it, that's what it gives. I feel like that would be like an MGCS if it was like Jin Zishuan X. I don't know, any of the heirs, Chung Chung. Because like Chung Yunli, she is rich. I guess she's a part of like one of the top clans, but she's not snotty, so I don't know. I don't know, I could see it being funny or like amusing, but I wouldn't go looking for it. I guess yeah, it depends on the execution. Sharing clothes, that's fine. I'm down to clown. Right person, wrong time. I feel like I've read a few like this, a very few, and I think it depends on the execution and the pairing. Oh, I hate a sick fic. I actually hate a sick fic. I've read a few on accident, and they always make me depressed. Same with time loop. I hate a time loop. I hate a time loop. I hate a time loop. I really do. Staring at each other's lips. I like that. It's cute. I'm down to clown. Matter of fact, bread and butter, actually, yeah. The more I think about it, yeah. I have read some gender swaps before, so I am down to clown. Flirty X flustered. My bread and butter. Am I ascending? Wait, let me think. Am I ascending? I don't know. Wait, low-key? Yeah, low-key I am ascending, actually. Slow burn. See, this is not extreme slow burn, it's a regular slow burn. Still not a fan, though. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I do love that. I do love that. My bread and butter. Pirate AU is so random, but I have read Pirate AUs before. And the Pirate AUs I read have usually been like Pirate X Mermaid / Siren. I do like them. But it really depends. Because it's not something I'm like looking for. But if I see it and I'm in the mood to like have a little fun, I'll probably look at it. I used to like high school AUs, but like the further I get from being in high school, the less I'm interested, to be quite honest with you. Like, I'm on my 5th year of being graduated from high school. Like, I'm 22. I'm not really interested in these little teeny boppers. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it can be cute, but as long as it's not graphic, like, I'm not really trying to read, like, if I were to read a high school AU, I'm not trying to read a graphic one. It's just not something I'm interested in. So, not really a fan. At least not anymore. It's not something I'm, like, interested in. A kink thing. I can enjoy that every once in a while. I'm down to clown. Actually, my bread and butter. Because I read some that were really good. Really good. Girl, I love a fix-it fic. I love a fix-it fic. I'm ascending. Now, before the main fandom I would read for was BTS, I never really saw fix-it fics because there wasn't really anything to fix since they're like real life people. It's just a whole different thing. But once I got into the MDCS fandom, bro, fix-it fics came in clutch, bro. Dog boy x cat boy. I don't think I've ever read something like that. Like, are they hybrids? I'm just putting not a fan, because I don't know. Only one bed. I guess it really depends on the pairing. Like, it's not something I really care for. Her comfort, ooh, low-key, my bread and butter. Flirt x flirt, also. Yeah, also my bread and butter. Yeah. I really don't love a love triangle. I don't. No matter the execution, it's not something I really care for. Okay, wait. What exactly is a song fic? Is it like when people pick songs, like use song lyrics for a ship? I don't know. I actually don't know. Either way, it doesn't sound like something I'm interested in. I'm not gonna lie. Angry X calm. Yeah, my bread and butter. I can fuck with that. Catboy X Catboy. I'm not very interested. Power imbalance. Nah, not really a fan of that. Yeah, no, actually. Cause stuff like boss X employee or like teacher X student, I think I hate that one like the most. And shit like that, it's just not something I really like. I like a childhood friends to lovers. I would put that in my bread and butter for sure. Ooh, this one. Like when they're both desperate for each other. I'm ascending. Absolutely. I do like bathing together. Like, I'm down to clown. Now in real life, I don't know about that. Angel X Demon. That's fun. I actually haven't really read anything like this for real. But like, I'm down to clown. I do love a hand kiss. Something about that feels so romantic to me. I would say my bread and butter. Body swap is not my favorite. I've read it before, and I've read ones that I did enjoy, but it's still not something I'm like a fan of. Yeah, because even the one I did enjoy, I still wouldn't go back and read it. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, human X inhuman. Can I take that as like how I said earlier, vampires and shit, and like demons and werewolves? But with a human, I mean, I guess. I think it depends on the execution. No, actually, I'm down to clown. Yeah, I'm down to clown. Heat of the moment, I'm also down to clown. No, actually bread and butter. Yeah. Ooh, I'm ascending. I love a pregnancy fic. I do. And I find it so funny because I never, like, I do not and have not ever had the desire to ever be pregnant in real life. But for some reason, like, I love a pregnancy fic. Oh, a fight that turns into sex? Low-key, down the clown. I am down the clown. Dom woman X sub male. Now, I don't ever read straight stuff, but this is fun. So I am down the clown. But I don't really read het ships anyways. Somnophilia is not really my thing. But I feel like it depends on the pairing. And the execution, but especially the pairing. Friends with benefits. I'm down to clown. Hurt, no comfort? Absolutely not. Like, what do you even mean? Bully? Absolutely not. One drawing the other? Oh, I do like that. That's actually so cute. Definitely my bread and butter, actually. Absolutely not. A Hunger Games AU? The movies themselves make me depressed. So, like, reading, like, my favorite ships being thrusted into the fucking Hunger Games makes me so sad. Like, I can't do that. Smart X Stupid is kind of funny. But I still think it depends on execution. Ooh, I love an arranged marriage. I'll put that in my bread and butter. Forced proximity. Ooh, I do like that. Yeah. I love fluff. Reckless X overly caring. I like that. I do. I'm down to clown though. I wouldn't say it's my bread and butter. Friends but they kiss all the time is crazy. I think it depends on execution. Like what? Succubus / incubus. I've read stuff like that before. I'm down to clown. Celebrity AU. I also have read stuff like this. I am also down to clown. Secret relationship. I think it depends on the execution. Ooh, I do love this. I do. Wait, actually, I'm ascending. I'm not gonna lie. Wholesome ex-bastard. That's funny. I'm actually ascending. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Forbidden lovers. Now, I feel like this can get a little shaky. I'm not gonna lie. This can get a little rocky. So I guess I feel like it depends on the execution. Because, like, how forbidden are we talking? Because some people take it a little too. I've read some getting back together. I'm down to clown. Dom X Dom. I don't think I've ever read a Dom X Dom. Don't really know what that would be like. But, like, period. For me, I think it depends on the execution and the pairing. Roommates. I'm down to clown. Requited, unrequited love. So are they saying that it's unrequited and it became requited? I guess I'm down to clown. Girl, what the hell is this? Danganronpa? I don't even know what the fuck that means. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Oof, my mic. Hold on, let me look that up. Okay, so allegedly it's a video game series. Not really a fan. Well, I'm not interested. I don't know what that is, so I've never played the game, I've seen that bear thing. Making out against the wall. Period. I'm down to clown. Ascending. What are we even talking about? I'm ascending. Yeah. I love a college AU. That's actually my bread and butter. Ooh, toxic, unhealthy relationships. No, that's depressing. Absolutely not. Oh, I love this one. Ex unimpressed. That's fun. Mm. Wait, am I ascending? Low key, I'm ascending. Low key. I do love them against the world. Low key, I'm ascending. I'm not gonna lie. Mom friend, ex mom friend. Wait, I'm confused. Oh no, my Pringles. Wait, I'm confused. Mom friend, ex mom friend. Down a clown. I've definitely read a story like this, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Ascending. The I'm scared ex, I'll protect you. Yes, we love to see it. Ooh, dead dove. It depends. No, because all the other dev stories I've read were kind of depressing. I'm not gonna lie. Hang off, man. I'm gonna assume this means social media fake. I'm down a clown. I like a good social media fake. Oh, I love canon divergence. I'm ascending. Absolutely not. Awkward but cute first kiss. That's you know, that's cute. Depends on the execution though. I do like enemies to lovers. I'm down to clown. I feel like back when I used to do these, I used to put enemies to lovers higher, but I don't know. I'm not as enticed by it. I feel like not a fan of X readers. I used to be when I was first started reading fanfics, but not anymore. Unresolved tension. No, that's like so sad. I'm down to clown. With a gremlin next gremlin. A crack fic. I do like a crack fic. Every once in a while. I guess it depends. No, I'm down to clown. Wrap it up. Okay, no shade towards this. This is actually not a problem. I don't really care. It's just not something I care to like see. Like if I want to see a straight ship, this is not what I want to see. I'm ascending. We love a good sun X moon. Cold / angry, X warm and happy, or / happy. I would say my bread and butter. I'm ascending. I fucking love a historical aid. Love it. Accidental kiss. It depends on the execution. Yeah, I think it, yeah. Sudden passionate sex between friends, ooh, or enemies, ooh. Ooh. Low-key, I'm ascending, low-key, like, public. Actually, I'm down to clown. I'm not gonna lie. Neck kisses, I'm ascending. I'm ascending. Love at first sight, girl, absolutely the fuck not. It depends on the execution / pairing. Heavy on the pairing, actually. Detective X criminal. Oh no. I don't know. Nah. Didn't we just have one? I'll put this in the same thing. Oh, Megaverse. Oh my god. My bread and butter. See, at first, my first instinct was to put I'm ascending, but I think my favorite part about Omegaverse is Mpreg. The possibility of Mpreg. And so, I think that's my biggest love of ABO. But I realized I don't need the ABO for Mpreg to happen. So I would just leave it at my bread and butter. I do like a good meeting again years later. I would say down a clown, yeah. I'm down a clown for a spin the bottle. Popular X unpopular. I'm down a clown. Okay, does a kid fic? Does this mean? Does this mean you're raising a kid, or does this mean when the pairing is a kid, like they are both kids, and it's them as kids? I don't know. I guess it depends on. No, but I don't want to read a whole fic about them being kids. No shade to children, but that's kind of like, like it's cute to see them as kids for a little bit, but like eventually I'm gonna be over it, if that's what that means. Is it like them raising kids or being kids, like as kids? I don't even know, because I haven't read anything where they were kids the whole time. Yeah, I like this. I would say down a clown. Yeah. Shut the fuck up, X. Ooh, you want to kiss me so bad. I do like that. My bread and butter. For sure. Oh, love an established relationship. I'm ascending. No, I do not like Kanahaki. Body kisses? Yes, that's fun. Definitely bread and butter. One night stand? It depends on execution. I never even thought of the possibility of being into crossovers. But when I was like reading BTS fanfics, I would read some that had like members of different groups in it. And even with MDCS, I've read crossovers of like MDCS, X Scum Villain, or X Heaven Official's Blessing. So yeah, I think it just depends. Actually, no, I'm down to clown. No, it depends on execution. Yeah. Well, nah, I would say down to clown. Yeah, I would say down to clown. Tired ex bastard. That's fun. I'm down to clown. Reunion sex. Ooh. Also down to clown. Trapped together. I am down to clown. Yeah. Dirty talk during sex. It depends. It depends on the execution. Because sometimes it'd be a little corny, the way certain people write it. So, like, I would just say that it depends. Yeah. It depends on the execution. Major character death. See, I was just talking about that a little bit ago. Not the biggest fan of that. Not the biggest fan of that dark fic. It just depends on the execution, I feel like. Because I've read some that weren't that bad. It's like not as bad as like Dead Dove most of the time. But sometimes it is in conjunction with Dead Dove, so it's not like my favorite. My bread and butter. This is so cute. I'm ascending. I love a fantasy AU. I really do. Fake dating? I don't love fake dating. I really don't. So I guess it depends on the execution and the pairing. Yeah. Okay, this is PWP. So is this porn without plot or porn with plot? I think it's porn without plot, which I'm not the biggest fan of, because I do usually need a little something, a little semblance of a plot. If it's just straight up smut, it's not something I usually go for, to be honest. Star-crossed lovers, star-crossed lovers. I guess it can depend on the execution and or pair. Wait, no, wait. Doesn't that mean something bad happens? Okay, wait, not a fan, because like the only star-crossed lovers I think of was Romeo and Juliet, and they both died. So I don't know. Mistletoe kiss. I mean, I guess, you know, like I don't really have that much of an opinion on that. Oblivious ex flirt. That can be cute. It can be a little annoying, but I'm down to clown. A Christmas fic. I have read Christmassy fics, kind of, sorta. It was like halfway, because it was like Christmas time, but it wasn't like so focused. So I guess it depends on the execution. Actually, yeah. Friends to lovers. I do like a friends to lovers. I would say bread and butter, actually. Well, yeah, sure. Well, yeah, I'll leave it there. Drunken sex. Not the biggest fan of that. Let me think, actually. I guess it depends, yeah, on the execution of prayer. Because I've read Wangshin stories like that, but the context is very important for the situation. Coffee shop AU. Down to clown. I love my little coffee shop AU. A rain kiss. Sure. You know? Angst. You know I love me some good angst. I would say my bread and butter. I love some angst. Pick up and spin kiss. A little cliche, but it could be cute, so yeah. Overprotective / possessiveness. Ooh, I do like that. I am down to clown. Definitely down to clown. Jealousy. It depends on the execution. Watching scary movies together, that could be cute. Down the clown. Truth or dare kiss. Down the clown, sure. Opposites attract. Yes, I'm ascending, actually. A genfic. I like a genfic every once in a while. I'm down to clown. 7 seconds in heaven. I did mention that. Down to clown for sure. Mom, friend, ex. Oh! I just realized what they meant. I'm so slow. I get it now. Mom friend, meaning like the friend that gives mom energy. That's like the mom of the friend group type shit. Oh, wow. Okay, I understand now. Okay, so mom, let me go back. Mom friend, ex mom friend. Now 2 mom friends together, that still sounds like something I'm not that interested in, but I guess it depends on the execution / pairing. And mom friend, ex gremlin, now that's even better. I would say low key, down to clown. Yeah, down to clown. 5+1 fic. Now, what does that mean? What is a 5+1 fic? Hold on. BRB. Wow. Okay, guys, I learned something new. Okay, I see. Down to wait. Yeah, down to clown. Passionate and unexpected kiss. Okay, type shit. I would actually, you know what? I would say my bread and butter, sure, why not? Oh wait, I didn't mean to do that. Go back. Okay. A drunken kiss. Wait. Oh yeah. Mutual pining. This is definitely like a better version of unrequited love. Um, Still can be annoying. Still can be annoying. But where to go? Where to go? I am, I am down a clown. I am down a clown. I've read some good ones. Obsessive. This already telling me something I don't want to know. Cinderella ex affectionate idiot. You know, that's cute. I guess it can be cute. So I'm down a clown. A baby fic. Like, is that meaning that you're taking care of a baby? If so, I'm ascending. Because I love that. It's so domestic and cute. Oh, wait, but wait, no, never mind. No, wait, never mind. Because wouldn't that be a parenting fic? Okay, so for a parenting fic, I'm ascending. But a baby fic, what the hell is a baby fic? Does that mean when they're babies? I don't know. Guys, the way I read so much fanfiction, I still have no idea what so much of this shit means. Like, I can't even tell you. What do you mean by a baby fic? Like, is it the same as a kid? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm gonna just put not a fan because I'm very unsure. A chat fic. What does that mean? Is that similar to a social media fic? Question mark. Question mark. I don't know. Chat fic. Like. Oh wait. Like a group chat fic. I think that's what that means, right? Where it's like a group chat. Wait. Okay. Because I think it is kind of similar to. I'm down a clown. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're done. Ooh, I finished. Oh, that was quite long. I've been doing this for a good amount of time and I'm tired. I just got off of work too. Good grief, guys. I am tired. But I'm off tomorrow, so that's always fun. Anyways, that has nothing to do with anything. We're done. I was a little confused for some of these. But I feel like this list is like there are a lot of things that are still the same. Like a lot of standout ones that are pretty much the same, but I feel like this list has changed. Like if I did this same tier list even last year, I would say, even like a year or two ago, I feel like it would be different. So yeah, this has been fun.